Hello everyone, Bashar here. We are together with one more raid video. I have been pretty active these days. I'm making up for lost time in the periods I was not able to upload a lot. So as part of the celebration, we are now getting a new Titan event that's gonna start tomorrow on the 18th. I as an active player, guys, I'm a big fan of Titan events because they are, you get rewarded for, playing the game, normal way, right? I mean, you do dungeon divers, you do dungeon tournaments, you do, kind of everything that comes your way, and you get additional rewards from it, which is lovely. So this festival Titan event will feature the souls for Armanz, as we all kind of guessed it, right? I mean, we were not very sure if the path event would have the soul or we would have a Titan event, but we were kind of expecting to get a soul for Armanz. And from what I've been hearing about Armanz, it is going to be very useful. He looks like he is extremely good in PvP, so make sure you definitely grab the soul, and I don't think it's going to be very hard. So because with Zinogre we had a nasty last minute surprise in which they brought the last 50 points in a hero's path kind of event, and it was extremely hard to obtain. But this time around we have split souls, and we will build upon them so they are a little more player friendly. So we will have 1050 points for the first week and 700 points in the second week, adding up to a total of 1750 points, which means we can miss out on 250 points. And I mean, sometimes Plarium does questionable stuff, but they do not go back on their word like this, right? So there is no need to get paranoid and try to not skip. You can skip, right? But of course, what you wanna skip is that will be on you. And from what the visual can tell, it looks like the event will feature Primal Shard, Mythical Book, Legendary Book, right? They will be in there. We don't know what else, but they will be pretty nice. Multi battles, oils, essences, the odd shards, the void or something. And I think if it was going to give a sacred, the sacred would be in the visual. So I don't think there is a sacred involved, but I would say void is most likely involved. And so if you don't know how split souls work, so guys, that's what Plarium was explaining here. If you have a perfect soul, you can just use it to awaken the champion to the max. But if it's a split soul, you would have to have the previous ranks, right? I mean, just let me open this one, right? So for example, as you can see, it sells me a 6-star Akhenaten split soul. Why is it selling me a 6-star Akhenaten split soul? Because I have a 5-star Akhenaten, right? For Filja, it sells me 4 stars. That means I have a 3-star Filja. So that's how it goes. So the split souls only work for that awakening in question, right? You have to have 5 so you can utilize 4. I mean, because the event is linear, you cannot miss anything. You will get the 1-star or 3-star, whichever it is that they decided to give. Then you can get a 4, 5, all the way there. But they will take separate rooms in your soul collection. So let's say you have missed the Armanz fusion, right? But you think that you could get them in the future, so you go for the souls, and let's say they give a 3-star perfect soul and 4 and 5-star split souls. It will take up 3 spots in your soul collection. And let's take a look at the visual here. As you can see, the visual features a mythical book, a primal shard, and a legendary book. Yeah, those will definitely be involved. And we probably will also have maybe a void shard, obviously some energy, some multi battles, oils, essences, a few soul stones, I believe. So they are generally pretty good, and I love them so much, guys, because there is room for error. And as I said, you should be playing the game that way anyway, right? You should be doing the tournaments, you should be doing the events, and you play it that way and you get all those extra rewards. So they are pretty good. And Armanz is a good champion, very good champion in PvP. And a 5-star soul would be awesome. The 5-star now features 75 accuracy, right? That's going to be great. So you can poly and steal the turn meter. And next up, alongside with it, we have also a path event that's coming. So some people have guessed at this. Kudos to them for guessing that. So the new champion that was added to Sylvan's looks like quite in harmony with the St. Patrick's Day. So in honor of St. Patrick's Day, we will have a chance to get the guy from the path event. So we will, sadly guys, our guesses were wrong. I wish I was correct. So this is the first premium path event I have seen, and I'm hoping it will be the last one ever. So there would be no plebeian ways of earning points. You either crack open soul stones or crack open shards, and there will be no point for anything that's similar to dungeon divers or training. Nope, it's just money talks. I have been lucky / smart enough to buy the offers during the anniversary, so I could have extra shards for this kind of stuff. So I am gonna go for the Grand Dog Padraig, and they will also be giving the 5-star perfect soul for him, right? That would be, I would say, reserved for the richer fellows. I don't think I can do that, because I'm guessing it would be something of the sort of 20 sacred shards or thereabouts to get the guy, and probably around that much to get the 5-star perfect soul. I don't think I can pull that off. But I obviously want to go for the legendary. A legendary is a legendary, especially now that we have Sintranos and he is an ally attacker. You never know who you are supposed to use in that nasty Fire Knight room of in there, right? An ally attacker could be great. So guys, if you have the shards, I would definitely suggest going for the legendary. The soul, as I said, people that invest a lot can grab that as well. Hopefully they will maybe make it a little more handleable, but I doubt it. When legendaries are in question, they don't really get that generous, except for that Tormin event. So there will be 3 paths supposedly, and in the 3 paths you can grab keys and coins. You are familiar. And the problem is, guys, we just recently had that beautiful 2x soul event for 6-star souls, right? So we all are spent, right? I do have a very little amount of soul stones myself. I suppose like 2 or 3 medium and like 20 small. I think that would be it. Let me see. Yeah, actually 36 small and 2 medium. I will probably get, we have a Sand Devil tournament coming, so Sand Devil tournaments traditionally give 1 medium stone, so I could have more. I am not planning on using my coins for that. The soul stones are huge heartbreak, guys. Imagine you work hard for these golden coins, like 1,000 of them. You get an immortal soul stone, open it, 3-star rare, boom, right? I wanna rather get coins with the tokens and buy souls and work my way up like that. So, but the number of points I am going to get from my soul stones is negligible, right? Very small amount of points. It will have to be shards. I have been saving for quite some time. Sadly, the clan boss has not been generous. I think I'm on like 4 this month, including the one I got today. So I'm gonna go with sacred shards and primal shards to grab the guy, I think, and that will be it for me. Yeah, I would suggest I mean, if you have the resources, grab everything, obvious, right? But if you don't, and you have some resources to spare, I would suggest going for the legendary. It is not a bad legendary. I mean, we have a review of him if you wanna check. He has some ally attack, he has some healing capacity, not bad. It's this guy. It's this guy. Yeah, turn meter fill, increase speed, debuff remove, not bad. Buffs your guys, ally attack, not bad. And 50% cooldown reduction, that is the same with Ankara. Yeah, all in all, not bad, decent speed. So if you have the resources, by all means, go grab everything. If you have a moderate amount of resources, you could consider going for the champion. We will, of course, have to see how the scoring is done. Maybe they have been a little merciful. Maybe they have been harsher than the past. But I am guessing it should be no worse than something that equates to 20 sacred shards for the guy. So we should be, I mean, I should be able to handle it. Depends from person to person. This could, of course, come in very handy. There is a very nice offer here. That's the one, right? I mean, 40 void shards will bring a hefty punch. But, I mean, guys, they are changing the scoring all the time. Sometimes the voids are not worth as much as they used to be in summon rushes, ratio-wise. It's a little weird. But, of course, this is a great offer, right? In the past few days, I think we had a few that were slightly better, but still, it's a very good offer. There is this offer, for example, which I had to buy once. I'm still crying about it. $100 for 35 voids and $100 for 40 voids, 5,000 energy extra, multi-battles, and silver, right? It's quite magnificent. It comes to approximately $2 per void shard, which is great. You don't really find it very often. So that's about it, the developments of that's coming to Raid. And I will see you on stream. Bye-bye. Oh, hold up, actually. I just said bye-bye, but I remembered something. So, guys, during the course of the path event, I just remembered something. Yeah. I was thinking about that, and then I forgot, then I finally remembered. So during the course of the event, we will all be bursting open out of shards, right? And therefore, Plarium is bringing a lot of progressive progressive chance events. So let me just show you. Sorry, saying bye and getting the video on, but yeah, I think this is important. So what we have? So we have this extremely useful guy for Hydra. That's a 15x. We have Beauregard the Elder. I don't want to even show him. I think I will stop talking to anyone that picks him as the 15x of. Yeah, he's a very bad legendary, and I mean, I am questioning why it even exists in the pool. I think these are the increased resistance champions. We have Öla as part of the 15x. Another increased resistance champion, past fusion, pretty decent. And we have for voids, we will have Grazur. That is day one. That is tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow we will have 15x on these champions. And as I said, I'm not even going into Beauregard. So that is day one. On the 19th, they change. Someone important makes an appearance. Kira, the trash legendary, but also, as you know, part of Mikage. Which means if you're only missing her and you go for her and you get her, Mikage is ready, right? That's good. Blizzard, the recent fusion, that relatively recent fusion that can solo Sandal stage 25, is among the 15x pool. We have Sneak Track, that's another 15x. And finally we have Tyrant Ixlimore as the colored legendaries. Nice guy. He's a little bit outdated now. He can be used to solo Ice Golem and Spider. Now we have Artak, right? He is a little bit useless. And from Voids we have Ursuga and Krisk. Ursuga, nice PvP champion. She is a little bit outdated as well, but can be used. Krisk is, overall one of the best champions in the game. Great guy. So that is the day 2's 15x's. And finally, on day 3, we will have another recent fusion, Ugir. I don't think anyone should be 15xing that guy. I don't advise. We have Cetalia. Where is she? Not a bad champion, but I again wouldn't advise her for a 15x. We have King Galkobar, which is, I would say, mediocre at best, maybe slightly above average. This should have been 2 turns, and then we could have talked something. He is not very good for Hydra. And the last colored legendary we have for 15x on day 3 is Lady Kimi. I suppose you could go for that one if you want to do it. Then I mean, me personally, guys, if I was missing just Kira for Mikage, I would definitely go for Kira. Otherwise, I would just go for Firol. Firol is an extremely good Hydra champion. Relatively new. I don't know if you took a look, but he is very, very great. He gives you accuracy and resistance, kind of permanently throughout the entire fight. He is very good. And for the Voids on day 3, we have, I don't know where he's from. Is he from here? Yeah, he is. Konstantin. Meh. And Valkanen, which is definitely what we should be going for. Yeah. So yeah, I would suggest, day 1, definitely Grazur as Void and Firol as Sacred, and the other stuff that's, of course, Sacred, Primal, Ancient, whatever it is. And I would say Firol is the best overall. Grazur could be the best overall as well over the course of 3 days. For the second day, if you are missing Kira, definitely Kira. If not, if you somehow miss Blizzard and have the soul, you could go for Blizzard, but I would suggest skipping the second day if you don't need Kira for the fusion. Krisk is the definite choice. And for the third day, Kimi and Valkanen would be my choices. So these choices would be accompanying the path event. I probably would go hard, tomorrow and go on Firol. And if I wanna do Voids, well, thing is, guys, even though they are extremely good champions, I have both Grazur and Krisk. If I want to go for Voids, I would probably go for Valkanen. And, I wouldn't want him too much either. I mean, we have decent PvP characters. Maybe I would just pull on a random day without applying the 15x. And if you don't know that, there is that option. I mean, you don't have to select anyone. If the 15x's are bad for you, just don't select them, right? Because, one day I had to open a lot of Voids, right? And Crew Traxa was 15x along with Supreme Alhain, which are both, I have Supreme Alhain and she's mediocre, and Crew Traxa is just not good at all. So I did forego off the, the 15x. You don't have to select. You can just leave it empty. If there is only one, the game sadly auto-selects, right? So on day 1, the Grazur will be auto-selected from Voids, right? So if you don't want Grazur and you don't want any of the 15x's, you should wait for day 2, in which then it doesn't select for you. It doesn't allow you to remove the guy. That's interesting, right? If there are 2, it will give you the option to select one, but if there is 1, it just automatically puts him in and doesn't allow you to remove him. There's that, some minor thing. And that is the recent happenings in Raid, and I will see you on stream now properly. Goodbye. See ya.